Hi everyone, just a quick energy update video to talk about the current energies, and I think a lot of us can feel that it's really becoming very intense, it's becoming very heavy. We're not even in the month of April yet and it's very intense. So soon what will happen is that Mars and Pluto are going to collide with each other, and the Sun has already gone, it has already passed into Aries. So we are really dealing with very Martian energies here, and they will intensify all throughout the spring and the couple of weeks that we have ahead. So what happened yesterday was this terrorist attack near Carcassonne in the Cathar region in France, just like 1 hour from where I live. And what I feel is that this attack was really aimed at the region because, as I've mentioned in some of my videos, this region is really a spiritual center for the awakening of the planet. It's a region that vibrates very high, one of the highest in France and probably one of the highest in Europe as well. So it was really specifically aimed at this region. And at the same time, I wasn't aware of it because I don't listen to the news, but there were all these demonstrations going on yesterday and the day before. And yesterday what happened was in the University of Montpellier, there were some students who were brutalized by some fascist guys that were actually had an order from the director of the university to come and come and beat up all these students. So it was very violent. There has been a lot of hate going on, a lot of anger going on, and I could really feel all of this in the collective consciousness, all the collective energies. So I don't know how they speak about Macron internationally in the mainstream media, but I can assure you that in France people are getting very angry because most of the people didn't vote for him. The election was completely rigged. There were millions of people who were erased from the election list, especially young people, so they could not vote. And today now he's starting to apply seriously all these European Commission policies, and the next thing he wants to do is privatize the railways, and there are a lot of demonstrations that of people who are against that, of course. So this is why anger is starting to really raise in France. So what I would like to show you today is an exercise, and this is happening in France, but I guess it's going to happen everywhere in the world as well, is to actually use these Martian energies and use them in a more heart-centered way. So I will explain what I mean by that. So when we say Martian energies, we think about martial arts, such as Kung Fu or Aikido, for example. So what happens in these martial arts is that we are not fighting the adversary in a confronting way. We are actually using the energy of the adversary and then throwing it back to him. So it's like using the adversary's energy against him. So because, you know, hate brings hate, fear brings fear, anger brings anger. So when we feel these emotions, and it's completely normal to feel them, as empaths we feel the energies and the emotions of the collective. But instead of struggling with these emotions, instead of holding on to these emotions, or instead of blocking these emotions sometimes, what we can do is actually, when we feel these emotions, is to focus on the heart and to visualize that there is a door of light there that is opening up. And as we embrace these emotions, as we feel these emotions, because we don't want to block them, we simply imagine that all these emotions are going through this doorway of light and are sent back to source. And this is actually how we transmute the emotions and the energies. So I'm doing that on my own, but imagine the impact it would have if thousands of people would start doing that, the impact it would have on the collective consciousness. So feel free to share this video if you would want to. And also I have another video on my channel entitled Being in Alignment and Adjusting Our Perception of Reality. If you want to check that out as well, it's taking it a bit further. So I will see you soon. Sat Nam.